everybody, I am back. I'm just about to start streaming here. We're going to continue sketching this wonderful picture of Johnny Depp from Sleepy Hollow. Just give me a minute to go ahead and announce all the stuff on my socials, and we will get started. So, come here, X. In the meantime, feel free to tell me what you're up to. Let's see. And I did play around with some settings on my video and on my microphone. So if you hear okay, if you see okay, let me know. Let's hope stuff doesn't freeze up this time, because I did do quite a bit of messing with that. Okay. Post. Boom. X has been notified. And you know what? Maybe we should just do a Facebook too. Just for Auld Lang Syne. I don't really use Facebook very much, but you know what? It's there, and I do get some traffic from there, so I may as well, I get like 30 viewers from Facebook, usually. If you're one of my 30, that's great. Additionally, there's almost always like 12 people who always view my stuff. If you're one of my amazing 12, my own personal coven almost, I just want you to know, I deeply appreciate you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for sticking around with me for whatever reason you have chosen to. Okay, so let's see. Real quick, let's just switch and get down to business. Go to my page. Come on. Come now. Let's create a post. Drop me episode 3. I know. The beginning of streams are always so much fun, aren't they? All the prep work that must be done. Alright, there we go. Posted. Done. Yes. Let's just post it and get on with it. Okay. Hooray. Kaloo. Are we live on Twitch? Let's just go ahead. Hey, there I am. Hi, me. And are we live on YouTube? I hope so. I sure hope so. Do you detect that I am here? Waiting for things to load. Waiting for things to load. That's how it goes. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Alright. And I think I am. Yay, I'm live! Hooray! Alright, let's get the show on the road. Whether or not anyone's here, we're doing the damn thing. Get situated. Another thing I need to work on is keeping this microphone in proximity to my face. You should see my setup. It's so crazy. Anyway. Also, like my Dracula shirt, it was like $5 from Five Below. I could not resist, especially given that I'm reading Dracula. Still. Alright, so let's get to work on you, Mr. Depp. This arm is bothering me. Get to the side. Alright. Good message individually. Okay, great. Let's go. So, we are getting ready to lay some shadows into Mr. Depp here. That is always fun. We're going to be using our Pandafly art kit, which consists of graphite pencils and charcoal pencils, as well as some other tools which I have not had the pleasure of yet experimenting with. And of course, some makeup brushes. And where is my reference? Let's bust out the reference. Alright, so alright, let's get It's funny. It's funny. I'm amusing myself. Sorry. Alright, anyway. Getting alerts on X. Let's go take a look. Alright. I'm getting distracted. Let's see. So, Mr. Depp, as you can see, is right here. We are gonna work some charcoal into this man. Let's see. The first thing I'm going to do here is decide, you know what? I'm going to work on his skin right now. And then I will go up to hair. And additionally, I tend to work right to left because I am left-handed and I don't want to smear his face. I'm going to go in with my usual soft, I don't know if you can see that, hold on. My usual soft charcoal pencil. We will see. Oh, always exciting to lay in the first lines, right? I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this eyebrow gap because that's been annoying me for some time. And we are going to fix that. Keeping the strokes light, not doing anything crazy. Alright, now let me... Alright, I need to do some stippling action. Alright. And right now we're just darkening and laying down base tones. Definitely not drawing any super dark lines just yet. You know how that is. Like, you don't want to go too dark too fast because it's easy to put it down, but it's not easy to take it away. And I don't particularly want cancellation lines all over my work. Okay, so now the strands change direction a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to do something crazy, alright? And I just need you to trust me. I need you to trust me for a minute because this picture is going to start looking kind of weird. It always does when you begin laying in the skin tones. It'll look super amateur. It's going to look kind of crazy, but you know what? That's just life. You have to trust the process, as the kids say. So we're going to go ahead and start working on laying down the skin tones in the forehead. As I do this, I'm using very light feathering strokes. And look, I'm holding my reference like I'm holding a pizza, you know, like I'm a waitress. Like, hey, did you order this? Did anybody order a freshly gloomy Johnny Depp? I did not order that. I'll have that. Whoever ordered that, it's mine now. And as you'll notice when I'm doing these strokes, I'm trying to think of the head in terms of what is the overall three-dimensional shape of the head.
Because in order to convey three-dimensionality, you have to think of the head as like almost an egg shape. The way that a jack-o'-lantern has like vertical lines running down it, and that describes the shape of the jack-o'-lantern, it's the same logic with the head. And the directions of your strokes inform your viewer of what the dimension of the object is. So we're just gonna keep going down, way down, 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 down. If you thought I wasn't gonna sing during this stream, you are sorely mistaken. Just not well, don't expect quality. We're gonna continue going across, and we're thinking about the angular planes of the face, slowly changing the angle of my pencil, still up and down, but still like just kind of going across or cruising. See, this is what I mean when I say shading is so much funner and so much easier than laying down the initial stages of a portrait. Because this right here, this whole like outline of his face, that took me 3 hours worth of work. You saw it. And you know how yesterday I was like, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was slaving over trying to get this exactly accurate using like a trick where I overlay it with Canva? Well, you know, if you do that once or twice, it's probably helpful. But if you do it too much, it's actually counterproductive because you can never get it sized exactly correctly. You have to like expand the image in Canva and try to get it lined up with exactly how you had it before. And before you know it, it's just throwing you off. You're better off relying on your own eyes and your own judgment. And will you fuck up? Yeah, you might. It's alright. It's charcoal. Charcoal's pretty forgiving. And if you mess up the whole picture, well, guess what? It's always practice. Like, no one can take away the practice that you got while drawing a piece. Even if you mess it up royally. You know, you still got those skills. Those skills are still yours. You earned them. Go ahead and notch your belt. Why are you alerting me? Hold on, I want to see it real quick. I want to say a thing. I'm taking a look at the thing. I'm just not sure it's showing me as live on YouTube, which is... You said you were. You said I was. I believed you. Don't you lie to me. You tell me that I'm live. I trust you. I trust you with my life. And you do me like this. Okay, it says I am. One watching now, that's probably me. Hi, me. How are you doing? So, anyway. Let's continue our journey into the depths of this picture. And if it's not me, feel free to say hi so I can, like, acknowledge you and your awesomeness. Here we go. Let's get it moving. I'm gonna come in for you, Johnny. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and see how I'm hatching horizontally. I do this because that's the other way that you convey the dimensionality of his beautiful, beautiful face. Just slightly, nothing crazy. And this is all going to get blended and redone and picked with an eraser. Right now, it's more like painting. Charcoal really is just like painting with a dry medium in many ways. I'm going to change the direction of this because there's some musculature here. And that would be a bulge right there. Now think about what happens here in terms of the bone structure. What happens with the muscle? What shape does it form beneath the flesh? Right there we have the glabella muscle, which is one of the first places where people tend to get Botox because it's the largest muscle in the face. And it creates quite a crease. I got my own coming in, but I'll wear it like a badge of honor, thank you. I did a lot of hardcore scowling to get this face. Alright. More there. And now, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a bit more shading on the eyebrows so that we don't lose them. suggest that I should like have whatchamacallit, music in the background. Maybe that would be a good thing. I'm curious, can you hear my pencil? I really want you to. I enjoy the ASMR quality of like listening to a pencil. It's one of my favorite things. Don't I ever run? No. Alright, so the values darken around here. When I say value, I'm referring to the darkness of a shade, not necessarily its color. Alright, and we're going to pay attention to the dimensionality of these lines because it curves here. It's not a flat plane down. We need to reflect that this goes in. We do that with careful shading. And there's also circular muscles. The muscles around this area go in a pattern. I like to pay attention to also the direction that the muscle fibers go in, which I realize is, it's not something you can necessarily see individually under the flesh, but muscle does make its own sort of imprint. There's also very little, in fact, there's no fat in this area of the face, which is why the skin under your eyes tends to wrinkle first. There's no fat to cushion the blow of every movement. Well, I need a tissue, man. I'm telling you, my family is all sick right now. And, it has made staying healthy a bit of a chore. How's the mic adjustment? Do I need to adjust this? Feel free to let me know. Alright. Coming in for landing, Johnny. Alright, and now this area needs to be darkened more. And we have an occlusive shadow. An occlusive shadow is where two places touch, and it always creates a shadow. Shadows in themselves are very interesting, both scientifically, but also in art. Alright, same with the directionality. We're creating a sphere. Now that we're shading the eye, this whole sphere doesn't just end here with the eye, it goes all the way around. So it's something that we need to think about as we lay in the dimensions here. Now there is a bit of a dark. Okay, I'm going to fill that in a bit more. Now I do a lot of squinting. I love squinting at the subject. And we're not getting too crazy with the eyebrow details yet. We are purely laying in base cones. But see how much better you can see what I'm doing now? I promise you, charcoal is just easier to see. Nice. Yep. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta pay attention to the direction of the nose. This comes down here. There's a plane here, and he's at an angle. So this is about where, because of the light source coming in on this way, there's going to be a shadow cast here, which we can see anyway in reference. Yeah, I should definitely put on some music next time. There's this spooky Halloween music. I'll totally listen to that. Just to get in the mood for Halloween. I fucking love Halloween, man. Anyone else like Halloween? It's the best time of year. Okay, so we want to reflect the dimensions of the nose. It goes like this. So small U shapes across, reflecting what the nose is doing. This is all going to get blended in gradually, but it really does make a difference in my opinion. It was one of those aha moments that I got when drawing recently. It's just oh yeah, everything's a grid. Everything fits on a grid. I was actually thinking about the movie The Matrix. And it wasn't the first one, it was like, I think it was the second one, where the bastard French guy is like, it's like wiping your ass at silk, I love French. And he was referring to like, when he was talking, and he was like making some sort of comparison about a woman eating chocolate cake and having a good time, if you know what I'm saying. The image on screen turns into like this green and black netted looking version of a woman, and I was thinking about that and I was like, wow, look at how many different dimensions of her body that this reflected. And I should don't like this. And I was like, and then suddenly I was like, oh wow, yeah, that's how you show 3 dimensions with shading. That's like, that would be a good way to shade and draw lines. And sure enough, if you look at like some of Da Vinci's old drawings, you can absolutely see that pattern in his line work. It's really cool, man. Alright, so now I'm going to connect this in a circular pattern to this part of his eye. Ooh. Smile, Johnny. I know Amber Heard's a bitch, but this is before he met her. As I mentioned to Twisted before. Poor man. Didn't know what you were getting into, did you? You did not know? No one did. It's crazy to me that chick got Johnny Depp and Elon Musk. Like, really? Like, perhaps the craziest psycho in the world gets, like, some of the most desirable men. It's like, what did you even do? Never mind, don't tell me. On second thought, tell me. I'm kidding, I'm married, happily married, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're gonna go feather that. And no, those are not eyelashes. That is not eyelashes, that is shading, although it does kind of look that way. Alright, so we are going to keep our shading journey going. See how much faster this drawing goes now that we've hit the shading stage? I was thinking about maybe just like doing the first stage of drawing, the rudimentary stuff, before the stream, so that way you don't have to suffer through the most boring parts. But at the same time, maybe if you're someone out there who likes that, let me know. Let's see what they look like. Okay, good. Just making sure it's picking up my mic. I don't know if it's picking up my pencil. I would really like to know that. But I don't want to like scratch harder. It's not going to compromise the integrity of the drawing so as to produce better asthma for the one person who might be listening, which is probably me. Probably me, but I don't mind. I keep my own company. Okay, now we're getting down into his cheekbones. That's going to be fun. We're not going to do the main big shadow there yet, though. We're not going to do this huge dark thing right here just yet. We're still laying in base tones. Don't rush into that, you know? You gotta take your time. You gotta take your time. You should also darken up there. There's plenty of work to do up here. Let's follow that. Can try. Let's see. Okay, so there we don't have to worry too much because now we're getting into hair territory. Directionality of the face. Ba-do. Little one's still sleeping upstairs. I'm glad that he's settled into a bit of a routine with sleeping, you know, because it lets me time tasks a little better. When you have 3 kids, you kind of have to work in being creative and making things where you can, because it can be a challenge. And there's so much that I wish I had time to do, and one day I will. But, you know, I don't want to rush myself through this phase of their life either, because like everyone always says, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. I can always draw pictures. I can't always snuggle a baby, so
Just kind of enjoy it for how it was. It's a little dark. That's the opposite of the value that I want there, but that is okay. Because I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get your ass. Alright, there we go. Keep feathering you. I don't want my strokes to get too far apart. Okay, I'm gonna swoop around the jaw. Bring that around town. Just as the intellectual luminary SpongeBob SquarePants would say. Get on the page. Get on the page. Oh. Okay, so now we have some interesting curvature going on here that we need to be mindful of with the Cupid's bow. And alternate between using like a U stroke and a V stroke. Because you really don't want to lose the musculature there. That's like a very defining feature of Johnny's face. Alright, come on. Alright. See what I mean? Like it starts to look crazy in these early stages. Like he's a tiger right now. It looks like a kitty cat. Meow. Kika. Anyone else like kitty cats? I don't have a cat right now. I have no pets. Sometimes I wish I did, but then I remember I have 3 little kids. I have pets. I have more than enough chaos to suit me for quite some time. Alright, we're getting up toward this eye, so we're switching the direction of our stroke to cup the eye, to follow the musculature of that eye around. Because if you were to look at a diagram of facial anatomy, you would see a muscle there that curves just like that. What is it? The ocularis, orbicularis, something or other, I forgot. Alright, now we're gonna cruise on down here. I'm not gonna get too crazy with the darkening there just yet. Alright, now we gotta do something about your chin, Johnny. You can always put that shadow in later. Do a little love, a little stumbling for a moment. We are now entering lip territory. And then there's another muscle that branches off down here. And this chin area has a bit of its own curvature. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Well, it's good. Sheesh. Alright. I'm gonna fix that up, but for now, that will do. Ah, yes. Now we're gonna go ahead and cruise on up through here. I still have to do that patch of skin too, but we'll get there. There's no rush. There's no rush. We are not Russian. We are, in fact, German, Scottish, Swedish, various stripes of Scandinavian, Dutch, English, hence the miles. Lots of things. Let's see darkness there. Alright, so your skin base tone is looking pretty good. We're not done by any means. Not at all. picture of a nose. I love doing noses. I know that's weird. Like, they used to be the bane of my existence, like I said in the last stream, but now I rather like them because they do so much interesting like interplay with the light. I'm a really big fan of like how light works on a subject. It's really one of the joys. Perhaps that's why I love shading. Alright, so his face is basically filled in with like base coat. That's why he looks like a crazy person. Let's get a fresh paper towel for this. In fact, this might be a good opportunity to use our brush. I think I actually purchased another blending brush the other day for this. I forget. I had made a bunch of purchases the other day for birthday parties. I don't remember if I threw that in there or not. But we're just going to hang out and blend, paying some attention to directionality. This is where it feels more like painting. Can you hear that, by the way? Definitely smooth that out more, but that's alright. It always looks rough in these crazy early stages. I frequently have to remind myself that, listen, you're not done. You're not done. We're cruising around town. I think I'll try. See what mileage we can. Oh, I don't want this one. This is my arm paper towel. You can stay right there. I will use you instead. Making the strips broad. There we go. I haven't drawn a portrait this big. This is like my first time drawing this big of a portrait. It's slightly bigger than life size, as you can see. Oh, it's about the size of my face, I guess. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's a little bit bigger. I guess it is. Okay. I'm going to trade off and use my right hand for a moment. I'm left-handed, but you know what? Sometimes the left hand gets tired. I'm just going to use the right hand, okay? Alright, get those cheeks. Get those cheeks, Johnny. Alright, we're getting there. Yeah, and I love the way charcoal blends much more than graphite. And graphite has its place and everything, it's just, charcoal is just so much more like smushy. I used to be scared of charcoal for whatever reason. Just because it seemed like, oh no, it's going to make a mess, I can't erase it. And then I realized, you can't even really erase charcoal, what are you talking about? No, this is only like my third charcoal picture ever, but you know what? It's coming along. Alright, so. Oh, sorry, don't mind me. Just going to bash my gear in a minute for luck. For luck. Naturally. Sometimes I'm jealous of people who draw on tablets because it's like, oh, you could stream that so easily. You don't have to worry about any of this setup. Which is everybody. Everybody draws art on tablets on Twitch. I can't find like any traditional artists whatsoever. It's all anime girls with animal ears and tails.
on tablets. Again, no offense if that's your jam, it's just not mine. If I see someone drawing in an actual sketchbook or painting an actual painting, it's like an automatic click for me. Like, yeah. Like, what are you up to? What you doing? Show me what's on that paper, I want to see. And that's not to say that I think digital art is inferior. I don't think digital art is inferior at all. There's beautiful digital artwork out there. But one thing I like about, like, traditional art that involves, like, scratching it into a paper is that you kind of can't hide. With digital art, there's a lot of different brushes and effects and tools, even AI, that you can just automatically use to make your shit look good. And no one can tell how much skill you actually have. It's easy to either write someone off as like, oh, well, I don't know if you're actually good, because I haven't seen what you can do with just a naked hand. But it's also good to, or not good, it's not a good thing to do at all, but I don't know, it's just one of those things where I really love to see what people can do with like the barest of equipment. Like if I gave you a piece of paper, some computer printer paper, and a regular number 2 pencil that I found on the floor, what could you make with it? To me, that's the test, you know? Probably because I grew up without money. So it's like, yeah, you gotta make do with what you have. You know, you're not gonna have the fancy paints right now. And that's okay. Because it forces you to develop other skills. Alright, get that circle going. Right now I'm just kind of laying down some charcoal into here, because I'm going to use my Cotolan, my blendy stick, in a minute. Alright, just pay attention to how big this slare is. How far does that go out? That's about right. That's about right. Alright, let's get in there. Come here, Johnny. Give me your eye. Adding in the eyes is always like, it always brings a painting or a picture to life in a way that nothing else quite does. And these are definitely going to be, you know, something I come back to and work on, but I like having them there. Let's start this here, that swoops right down and forms a shape. See if you can see what I'm doing. Can I bring this closer so you can see the details? Ah, my own face is going to get in the way, isn't it? Story of my life! Well, let's move it. We can adapt. We are adaptable. We do the things. Alright, so I hope the audio has been clear up to this point. I'm like trying to keep it so my face is like near the microphone. We will see. Alright. Let's see. Oh, right here. Okay, so your eye. Let's talk about the shape of your eye for a minute, sir. This will be something lighten a bit around here, just to help the shape of that, I think. I actually, yesterday I got a couple of art supplies, which I alluded to, and I'm so excited to start oil painting. I really am. I didn't get my oil paints yet, but I got some canvas paper. It's basically a sketchbook, but with canvas instead of paper. And it's a lot cheaper than just buying a canvas board or hand-stretched canvases. I will eventually do that, it's just I don't want to waste money on good materials when I'm still, like, learning, you know? And it's just practice. Oh, shit, just give me a pizza box, you know? Give me something to get the strokes down with and do my reps on. Like, I don't need to have barbells that are made of solid gold to build muscle. Let's see. A little dimensionality there. And the values of this is still going to have to be darkened. This is still not a dark enough part of his eye. This is an area where when checking values, you gotta zoom way out.
and squint. Okay. So yeah, this pocket does need some more darkening. And this gets to be brought down more. Yeah, it's amazing how like what you see when you just change perspective a bit. Like zoom in, zoom out, your eye gets drawn to different things. That's got to be brought up a little bit. A little bit. Getting a little bump in his nose there. That I did not capture enough. But the good news is, always check your Covalon to see if it has splits on it. We can blend that into shape. We can get you working. Where's my pointy eraser? I like my pointy eraser, and I like. Who is it? We're gonna reach into my magical eraser bag. Super high tech. Super high tech. And I like to use a lighter colored one because sometimes the blue ones leave like a mark on the paper. I'm not about that. Not about it. Alright, let's get in there. Give me your nose, Johnny. The bump comes out like right here. Just a slight little like ridge. Would you call that a Roman nose? I have that too. Not a perfectly straight slope. There we go, it's better. It's not like super, it's not super prominent, but it does in fact exist. There we go. Alright, so that eye is looking pretty good. We haven't added in a whole lot of detail yet. We still haven't done the shine. I still haven't adjusted the values for the eyeball either. And I will probably switch to a harder charcoal, maybe, when I'm in the process of doing that. Right now we're going to shade it with horizontal lines that cup around. And then we're going to go back over with these vertical lines that are also U-shaped to convey that this is a sphere. Now let's hit it, excuse me, with a Cotalon. Cotalon, I think that's how you say it. I have to look it up, I don't even know anymore. It's too fancy. My smudgy stick. My little stick of smudging. Smudging around town. There we go. And now see how much darker that is now? Because if you look at the whites of the eyes, these are not white. Like this collar might be white, but those eyes are not perfectly white at all. And in fact, there's a gradient because the light hits the sclera, the white part of the eye, and it goes around it like a sphere. And it's not just a sphere, it's a wet sphere. So we have to treat it differently. It's amazing how all these little factors impact how light hits something, and I just love that. I love trying to look for those little details and just capture them as best I can. Now right now, like, I'm going into doing details on the eye, and I know that I shouldn't because it's like, hello, we're not picking highlights in with a damn eraser yet. And I'm like, really? Watch me. Watch me. So the light goes around here. It looks almost like an hourglass of whiteness. Like that's, you can't really see it, but it's like it broadens slightly at the top here. And I'm using a stippling kind of action, or like a feathering stroke. A stippling feathering stroke with the eraser to put that in. But I don't want to do it too much because it's not an extreme difference. It's very, very light. I want to blend it a bit. There we go. Alright, so for now that'll do. That does need to be lightened. I'm not happy with that value. But, no, fuck it. We're here. We're here. We do what we want. We'll lighten it up a bit. And bearing in mind the direction of the sphere. Beautiful. Keep it going. There we go. It's still a little lighter. Like this is like. Still needs to be light. Let's make it outward this time. Because in a way we can use that to frame the iris, which is fun. That is a focal point of this drawing. So we want to make sure that we nail it. Oh, that's getting better. Good. Cool. Excellent. Could use Procreate to see exactly what the shade is compared to the others. And I might. There are optical illusions that are created when shading a face that you have to be careful of. Because one value tends to take on the impression of another, especially when they're right next to each other. There's an illusion with the chessboard which illustrates that very well. This one here. You gotta get it. There. Almost there. That's not quite there. But I don't think it's time for subtle value adjustments, if you know this. I just like laying it down with the eyes. The eyes really help me figure out the rest of a picture. I guess we could put our tools back where they belong. I never do. Alright. Get some snot on the drawing. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Alright, so let's go ahead and bounce around to this other eye real quick. First things first, treat it like a painting. So just fill it in black. There is a little spot of white there. It's really small. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a really small spot of light like right here. And I want to make sure that I don't erase the detail on that. Now that's something, again, if I can pick that in. That is a pickable detail, so I'm not going to like lose sleep over it. Right now, let's figure out where this iris begins on the eye. It's more than halfway over. In fact, it's like almost 2/3 of the way over from the right. So we gotta just scoot this over a bit. And also bear in mind the size of the other iris, because you want those two to stay in proportion. And then we have like the beginning of the tear duct here. Maintain the shape of the white space. Like, what is the shape of the white space? This is like a rectangle that's like curved, made of curved lines. So maintain that negative space there with the white. And then there's a little tear duct spot, like right there. I don't know if you can see it. Camera focus. Alright, let's see. Let's get in there. Let's see. Can't believe my baby's still asleep. How long have I been streaming at this point? It's 12:55? Okay. I mean, I'll just keep streaming and keep going until he, wakes up. Doesn't bother me. I like drawing. Thinking of the spherical shape as we fill this in. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about. Now these eyes are very dark. These are like they're black. This is as dark as you could probably go. We're just gonna keep going. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so this is gray, most definitely. Okay, so now let's go just a tad more. The shadow, the dark shadow of the upper part of his eye is up in here. And continues up over here. There's a shadow. His eyelid itself casts a shadow right here. So we're going to try to convey that. And then let's thicken it up here. Alright. Beautiful. Let's see. And this one here is definitely dark. Most definitely. It's a little bit lighter by the iris. Like it's like that internal eyelid look. And that sculpts the eye a bit, so we don't want to erase that. It looks good. Okay, so there's symmetry between this line and that line. Like, see how it forms its own shape there? So we're going to be mindful of that angle. As we work these shadows. There's like a Z shape here too. Now I don't want to get too precise with the shadows yet because we're still doing like adjusting values, we're still adjusting lightness and skin tones, we're still blending, so I don't want to get, too bogged down in like being precise with that, but we do need to make sure we're getting the area correctly. Everything has its own time, you can't rush it. You can't rush art, as they say. We have an occlusive shadow up here where the eyelid meets the area below the brow. Alright, and now, these are some of the funnest shadows to do. I love doing the shadows right around the inside of the eye. Like this whole area, we're going to just darken it. We really do. And then we'll pick back through it. I always wondered what it's like to play with the loose charcoal. Because you can buy charcoal powder. And I suppose I could make it by just, sharpening my charcoal and like smearing it onto the page. One thing I love about charcoal is that it's super cheap. This whole charcoal kit that I bought, like 12 pencils and blending sticks, sandpaper, razor blades, a bunch of other little charcoal pieces, it cost me, I think it was like $7 on Amazon. It's by Panda Fly. Yeah, it's really a bargain considering the bang I've gotten from it. And I've drawn at least 3 hardcore dark pictures with this, and I still haven't even sharpened my pencil. I've been using the crap out of this soft charcoal, and I haven't even sharpened it yet. It is durable. And that is some physics-defying stuff. I thought for sure by now I would have worn something down, but I haven't. Alright, we're gonna go around. Swoopy, 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 swoop, swoop. We're gonna swoop and poop. No, we're not gonna poop. We're not Amber Turd. Sorry, Johnny. I can't help it. Get that nostril. See, it's like a perfect bean shape. Let's see. This is like a comma. And then we get like this other shape that comes out here. And that's going to be darker. It's definitely going to be darker. And we'll come down to what will be a mustache at some point. But that is way into the future. Okay, so sometimes it helps me to look at the look at it on my screen because it's smaller. Like when you see an image smaller, it really draws your attention to what needs to be done more, what needs to be sculpted more. Alright, we need to darken this. Your eyelid must be darkened. I'm turning my charcoal because you eventually whittle one side kind of flat. And you gotta find the sweet spot. Find the spot where it colors the best. It gives you what you're looking for. dimensionality. Remember those dimensions that we were talking about? Definitely gets darker around here. And we're gonna speed that out later. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I miss my kids.
Isn't it silly? Like, I'm at home. I should be enjoying my spare time without them, and I am. It's just, I wonder how they're doing in school. Isn't it being nice to them? Today's my daughter Tony's birthday. She's 5. And she was counting by 5s today. Like, we were studying in the car, because it's about a half-hour ride to drop off all the kids, so I like to study with them. And I hand them Grok on my phone and have it quiz them. And I just direct it and add feedback. And she was counting 5s along with her older sister. Like, counting by 5s. She did up to 100. I was so impressed. I'm like, well done, kid. Tony may not like to talk much, but she's a smart little girl. Like, it's funny because academically she's doing well. Like, she's good at spelling and she's good at math, but she just is not into talking. And yeah, she's on the spectrum, but never stopped me. Alright, so this shadow we're going to have to negotiate a little bit with. But that's okay, because we're still just adding values here, you know? We're in the very early stages of shading, so. Using the tip of this to push charcoal from the darker areas into the lighter ones to reduce the difference in values that we're seeing here. Now this does lighten up in here a little bit, but it's a subtle difference that we're probably going to use an eraser to pick in later once we lay down a base tone. That's one of those things that I noticed about like portraits drawn by perhaps less experienced artists. Not that I'm experienced, not that I'm great, okay? I'm not a professional, I'm just an amateur myself, but they don't lay down a base tone for the skin. And if you don't do it, you miss out on so many awesome opportunities to create depth and musculature. And this isn't off-white, it's not a pure white, so we're just going to get in here with our cotillion and just color that. See? Alright, cool. Now, let me see. One thing I'm noticing is that this eye is smaller than that one, but in my picture it's bigger. So we're gonna go ahead and get in there and fix that. That is a noticeable difference to me. That will be fixed. Nice to show it there. That's why I like to do the eyes together, because you have to proportion them together. You can't get away with like making one super noticeably different. There we go, that's much better. Yeah. I'm like always checking back. So yeah, this is bigger. It is supposed to be a bigger rectangle than this one. Okay, that's good. It's like, yeah, that eye is bigger, you just have to make sure it's proportionally bigger. Is it bigger in the way that you want? Alright, back to cotillion time. Also the eyes, well that might be an illusion. Yeah, we're still darkening, we're still putzing with values here. Eyes are always so tricky. Because there's a lot of math, but there's also a lot of artistry. Can you hear me okay? I hope so. I'll move the mic closer.
I love my Blue Yeti mic, but it is a bit picky. Alright. I would love to compare charcoal to oil painting. I can't wait to start doing it. I have done a few oil paintings. They were just like Bob Ross landscapes, and you can actually see them in my living room. They're in my videos. The one with the train in the background, the mostly green one with the blue water, the river. My uncle did that. My uncle is a fairly well-established artist. Like, for my privacy, I won't, and he's dead now. I won't tell you his full name, but he actually managed to make a living selling oil paintings. So did my grandfather, or my great-grandfather, and my grandmother as well. It runs in the blood, the paint. Alright, let's see. Okay. We're definitely gonna darken you. Definitely. Looking at my computer screen is actually helpful because it shows me, when you're looking to see values, it really does help to have a smaller image handy nearby. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get that up there too. Alright. Cool. Better. That can go down a little bit. Like that lightness is pushing a bit more, and also it's too dramatic of a difference. And it's much more up here. So let's look at the shadow real quick. Let's examine that. Yeah. That is the correct move. Not a lot, but a little. It's more dark right here in the bridge between his eyebrows. Just a little bit. Which makes sense given the pattern of light, because it ducks in, but then it lightens up right up here. So we don't want to go too crazy with that, but you know what? We can always erase it with an eraser, which we will. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the values around this eye, I think. It's funny how, like, unbaked it looks. Like, it's undone. Like, it's still a raw picture. Which is fine. It is. We are very much in the beginning stages of shading. Capturing, like, the basic elements of the face. There's much to be done. So this part of the eyebrow, it actually has a darker chunk right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is darker right here. Texture it, because it is, after all, just add that in. Eyebrows are an interesting study in and of themselves, Johnny. Okay. Now we're gonna have to that's better. at that stage where I'm like, can it just look good yet? But I know that I have much more to go before it starts looking good. That's how drawing is. If you can't rush it, it comes along in its own damn time. That's like a black. That needs to be black. We're not putting the shine in quite yet, but oh, it's kind of already there. It has the illusion of being there right now. Alright, so we're not really. Are we ready for nose shading yet? Because that's a whole animal in and of itself. What? Maybe. Because we gotta do it. You gotta do it. You can't not do it. Keep looking at this nostril like, did I make this too big? I think that's on point. Alright, we're going into the nose. We're going in, Johnny. We're going in. Come back. Come back. That needs to be taken a bit. But again, that is for the nitpicking. That is not for right now. Now, let me see a bit about your lips. You're putting a little nose detail, but definitely not done. But let's make sure your lips are like lined up exactly where we need them to be. Because the lips are yet another focal point of this picture. You know, angle really is everything. I love doing shading on lips. I'm not gonna lie, that's another area of the face that I just love. I love faces. I love looking at faces. Like, there's some people I know in real life who I'd love to fucking draw. And it's not about being beautiful, although Johnny Depp, of course, is. It's just like, there's something interesting about, like, the story that a face tells. What expressions it made to get that way. Just love it. Alright. Now we're getting there. It's weird because like the more reason I love shading is because it's like it's the stage of the drawing where you finally kind of start to watch it, coming to life. Like it's finally starting to look humanoid. It's not just like an array of shapes. Let's see something. Cool. I think this has to be brought out a bit more. Just a bit. Yeah, that helped. That definitely helped. Let's check the angle. I like to use my pencil to measure because you know what? You may not always have a ruler with you, especially if you're drawing in real life. Yeah. A bit more. That angle is like one of the most important ones to kind of nail. There are a lot of details that you can fudge in art, but some of them you can't. Yeah, maybe will be one of them. Maybe after taking a bit more of a downturn. It's shadowy. Come on now. Dimensionality. What is the shape of the lip? Think about this as you proceed. It's around us. And it protrudes off the face. Drawing in some ways, it's like, what helps? Thinking about topographical maps. Those maps with all those like concentric circles on them that represent mountains and hills and valleys. Spend a minute learning how to read one of them. And that actually gives you a really good indication of how to draw a face if you think about it the right way. It's all representing hills and valleys in a way that your brain makes sense of. And there's like two circles, spherical things. Yeah. Got her alert. Can't you see we're drawing? Can't you see we are busy people? See, I love drawing lips because it just adds that personality, and like that is much more recognizably Johnny Depp now, in my opinion. Not quite, but we're getting there. It just adds that personality. So the lips still need to be darkened. Hey, someone's there. Is someone here? Oh, I can see. Hey, let me look. I asked because I got something soon. Oh, hey, I didn't even see any of your messages, Panda. Welcome. Thank you for joining. What you got to say to me? Please repeat over here. I've been sketching. We finally got to laying down the shadows. Can you actually see what I'm sketching now? Who would have thought, right? Novel idea. I kind of skitter around to different parts of the picture as I go. Welcome in, sir. You were sorely missed. I'll admit it. I missed Panda. Go on, do what you want with me, stream. You always knew I was crazy. Why hide it? Alright. It's too late for that anyway. Never been able to hide that I'm crazy. And why would I? There's plenty of fucking sane people out there. You want to hang out with them, you go hang out with them. I will never be one, whether I like it or not. Alright, so, lens of the Got that Way Down song stuck in my head. Way down, 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 down. Way down, 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 down. Way down. I don't know if it goes like that. Pay attention to your drawing. Alright, so yep. We definitely canceled out some values there temporarily, but that's okay because we're going to add them back in. This is painting, this is not necessarily sketching. I mean, it is sketching, but it's like a hybrid. Did you say something again, Pet? I didn't hear any bring noise. I wonder if I disabled that somehow. This is a good opportunity to dip into the darkness up here and bring that down into here. Yeah, you see how I shake a pencil in front of my face? I told you I'm autistic, dude. I stem. I've been doing this all my life, and people are like, "You're fucking nuts." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I warned you how many times?" Alright. Symmetrical? Yeah, but we're definitely not done. Definitely not done. Not by a long shot. We're gonna pick through that. Did you say anything, Panda? Are you discording me? I hope not. I don't have any alerts turned on right now because I hate getting disturbed when I'm trying to lay down a sketch, man. I'm going to come back to the lips in a minute. Right now, one thing that's jumping out at me is the values under this eye. I'm going to help them out a bit. Alright, fine. Well, fine. The curiosity is killing me. I don't know if you're messaging me or not. Fine. I will look at my Discord. Alright. No, you didn't send me anything. How are you gonna do that to me, man? You come in for a message, tell me, did you see my thing? Well, the answer is no, I definitely didn't see your thing. I'm sorry about that. I definitely did not, sir. I apologize. Woof, 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 woof. Someone to hear you instead of your living dog. Woof, 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 woof. Anyone say, and did you ever see There Will Be Blood? I love that movie. And the sign language was on point. They were actually using real sign language in that movie. Although you can tell who's an actor and who actually has like a deaf accent with their hands. Because yes, your hands do develop an accent. I majored in sign language for about 2 years. And I got to see all manner of people signing. And you quickly got to know who actually learned it, you know, because they had to, because they're deaf. Or who had learned it because of the ways they formed certain letters. That's a dead giveaway. Or who's deaf. You know what's cool is that 40% of the signs in French Sign Language overlap with American Sign Language because it was brought over to America by a French priest who founded schools for the deaf and taught them like the same stuff. Hello, I don't know if it's on Twitch's end or my end. Oh, hey, I see it now. It's not giving me the alerts. Usually I have an auditory alert so I can see. Is there a way to pull up the chat widget? I would like, here, let me see, chat? Yeah. No, I want a pop-out window for it. I just happened to see it pop up on screen. I'll keep glancing up, Panda, how about that? I want, hold on, let me just take a look at that real quick. Keep looking at my picture. Stop looking at the picture and do the thing. Oh hey, my computer was muted. Okay, try again.
I'm glad it was the simplest possible thing. Oh, hey, and here you are on Twitch. I don't know if it's on Twitch's end. Can you only see my messages I tag you? I did say something on Twitch saying things. Oh, I didn't know you were on Twitch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be ignoring you at all. Choo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Alright, let's go back to it. Alright, let's go back to OBS and let's see if, like, now that my computer isn't muted. Yep, I'm a rookie. What can I tell you? Alright. This is sharper. One thing I will do is build out the shadow a bit here, because this is all shadow right here from his hair. And that will really help define his face a lot. Now that means if we're going to do that, we need to make a decision about this eye area, because it does come out more than how I have it. There it is. I really gotta go soon. Oh well, thank you for showing up at all, Panda. You are a peach. I appreciate you. Yeah. See, you can actually see it now, right? Am I right? It's like existent. Woo! I love existent art. It beats non-existent art by a mile. Let's go ahead and reduce that line there. Now comes the time where we're back to a little bit of sculpting again. A wee bit. Although, you know what? There is kind of a line there. I don't really want to get rid of that entirely. What you got planned for today? Holy shit, you did not see my messages? Oh shit, I just missed that one again. Dude, chill, LOL. Yeah, I haven't been. If for some reason I don't respond to you, please Discord message me or something. Now, Shaken, I don't hear alerts for your messages. I'm hearing them for Panda's. I'm not hearing them for yours. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm over here by myself talking to the voices inside my head like normal when I could be talking to actual people. This is something else. It's no big deal. It's a huge deal. It's alright. Compared to the errors that I made before, like, we're off to a rip-roaring start. Alright, let's bring this out just a bit more. Just a bit more. See what I mean? Charcoal's forgiving. Like, I was super dark and I just erased it. For the most part. And quite a consequential part of the picture, too. You can always shade that back in. I take great comfort in knowing I can always shade it back in. Are you going to stream for another hour? I'm going to stream until my baby wakes up. He hasn't woken up yet. It's 1:31. So we're just going to keep rolling, dude. Like, I don't mind sketching. It's a good time. Alright, we gotta bring this out more. This has to be brought out more. See what I mean? This is like, now we're getting into the more sculpting, like almost like painting territory, where we're morphing the shadows instead of just morphing naked lines, which I really enjoy. It's one of the reasons why I want to try oil painting, because that's like the name of the game. Use my cotillion and blend it out a bit. Now I'm paranoid, like, oh, did a message pop up? Did a message pop up? Hey, can you hear my drawing instrument on the paper? How's the audio quality? How's the picture? How's the visual quality? I would love your feedback. Okay, I'm also looking to see, like, the picture itself. Your eyelid needs to come out more, Johnny. Alright. Oh, let's I want to watch this movie now so bad. It's such a good movie, Sleepy Hollow. Like, yeah, it's lightly romantic. It's not like hardcore, you know. I think the most you get is like a kiss on a cheek. Although there is one scene where there's fucking, but it's not between the main characters. It's like side characters. Well, kind of. You'll see. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen the movie because it's really good. He does have a little bit of. If that comes out. If that comes out like that. This is the part where it's so easy to just get hypnotized. I love shading. I love it because it's just like, yeah, you're concentrating, but you're also kind of just jamming, you know? Just letting the face tell you a story, and you're just kind of reading it and transcribing it with your hand. Like you're an amanuensis to the picture. I like that word, amanuensis. I only read it in an actual book once. It was in Charles Dickens' Bleak House. And I was like, oh, I wish that word was a thing. I wish that was still a word that was being used in English. Alright. Come on, nose. It means to transcribe. What's up? The audio is off today, but no need to fix it. I can hear. It's off. In what way is it off? Is it too quiet? Too loud? Just so I can know when I'm watching this back. Like, I won't putter with it too much now since we're getting toward, like, probably the end of the stream-ish. But I would like to know, because I'm trying to keep improving. It's the story of my life, man. Like, how can I improve? Just make me not suck. Yeah, see, that's one thing I love about charcoal. You can blend the graininess out of it. You can really massage it into the teeth of the paper. Like, that's... Okay, yeah. We are correct to say this. Now, one thing I should note is that the values that you're seeing necessarily are slightly different than what I'm seeing on my iPad. It looks lighter to me than it does on the screen right here. But that's okay. It is actually kind of useful. I wonder if I need to bring that. No, that feels good. You just need to keep shading out here. Sleepy Hollow was a good movie. Nice choice. Thank you. I freaking loved it. And it's just so goth. Oh my god, when I was at Michael's craft store yesterday, they had this sign that said 50% off all Regency Halloween stuff. And it had like all this 1800s Victorian goth stuff. And I'm like, that is like the most beautiful sign I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I was like, man, you are lucky that my husband told me in advance that we do not have a lot of spending money right now because of birthdays and shit. Because boy, later on this month, if I get half a chance, I'm going back and I'm buying me some Victorian goth decor. I couldn't resist. I got some black roses because they were $1. Like, come on. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, and a Dracula shirt. But I got this at see, isn't it awesome? I got it for $5 at Five Below. And black roses. I am so goth. Okay. I'm drawing with charcoal goth. I need a clove cigarette. I need to start smoking clove cigarettes. Put on some Smiths in the background. Like, let's just go all in. agree with me. I agree with me. Keep doing that. Okay. Okay. And let's keep defining this. I don't want to get too much black on the left side of my picture yet because, like I said, I'm left-handed. And it's gonna, I don't want to like smear it through any more than I have to. Yeah, those eye values most definitely. Laying in shadows. It's one of those things where I just want to be like, just be dark enough already, but like you can't rush like that. Like you can't just carve into the paper or you will regret it. I promise you. Verifying Python network. Okay, you do that, but don't do it right there. Big on, lady. I'm not quite doing scumbling over here. We are kind of doing some scumbling action. Scumbling is when you do like random strokes with your pencil. It's good for like underbrush and landscapes and stuff, but it does actually kind of help a little bit right here, I think. We're just gonna blend it out, so that's fine. What should I draw next? Like once Johnny's done, what should I get ready? I was thinking about just doing some rudimentary sketches ahead of time so that way I can just have them ready for shading every day. Preferably something gothic and spooky. Something that would resonate with Paranormal Romance readers. I chose Johnny Depp because who doesn't like Johnny Depp, dude? And like, it's a great movie, Sleepy Hollow. Lots of enjoyment to be had there. Your character leads from wandering world in an important scene. I was thinking about that. I actually have some photo references. I'll consider that one. I'll share my thoughts with you about that off stream. We will conspire together. Okay, so that can be pulled in a bit more. A bit more. It's like surgery, you know? Now let's go ahead and start. Where should we hit next? Again, we're just laying down base tone darkness. I'm tempted to go around the mouth again. Like, let's start working on that.
We shall work on the math. I feel like the audio quality is better when I'm like, oh, you know what? Oh my god, I just did something retarded. My mic is not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like this. Does that sound better? See, I'm telling you, I'm so capable of making the stupidest mistakes. I'm just going to make a checklist for myself. Eventually, I'll run out of obvious mistakes to make. Is this better? Audio is fixed. Yep, see? This mic is supposed to be pointed away. I'm thinking like, oh, Rockstar? No. Point it away. So, good. I'm glad that was an easy fix. Be thankful when it's an easy frickin' fix. You know what I mean? At least it was easy. Now, let's go ahead and adjust. I'm going to get the hang of this streaming stuff, guys. I'm going to. One day. I don't know if this is like the most entertaining stream for people, but I figure it covers my ass in case someone ever accused me of like generating pictures with AI. I'll be like, yeah? What is this? What's this right here, partner? This is me swearing and screaming over a fricking picture. You're welcome. It's a shame that we kind of have to worry about that nowadays. Like the witch hunting. I swear, some people are frickin' ideologues when it comes to this shit. Like, yes, we get it. AI stuff, blah, 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 blah. But, like, calm the fuck down. Like, you don't want to, like, accuse innocent people of being hacks. And then it's like, okay, so can we even have a discussion about what is ethical and what is not ethical with AI? Because if people are too scared to express the wrong opinion, then they're going to get lynched. It's like all those trans issues. Like, people are too scared to talk about, like, what is a woman? What is a man? What constitutes gender? Because they don't want to be immediately tarred and feathered as a bigot. Like, you got to be able to handle people throwing different ideas around. It's just part of being an adult. Ring. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm also scared to get too opinionated in public. I know, and that's fine. Different people have different comfort levels. Like, I'm over here talking about trans issues all of a sudden. Like, there's no need for that. Like, it's not good to talk about politics on a stream that isn't dedicated to politics. So, you know, I won't go too hard on, like, my political opinions right now. But, you know, at the same time, I hate feeling muzzled. Like, oh yeah, don't say anything, be scared. It's like, I'm not gonna be scared, bitch. You wanna come get me, come and get me. I'm over here drawing a picture. If you have that kind of spirit, go waste your energy on someone who makes more of a difference than me. On second thought, don't, because you might kill someone I really like Charlie Kirk. That was really not cool. We live in a sad world, dude. Sometimes I'm just like, man, like, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? Just don't kill people. It's not hard. I do it all the time. Here I am not killing anybody right now. Getting those eyes. Getting those eyes. Oh yeah, we're getting into it. People literally said Kirk's situation was finally reserved and all of them are fired or about to be. Well, as they should be. You know what? Because here's the thing, right? If you're going to advocate for someone to be killed, or you're going to celebrate the murder of someone because they have different opinions than you, then the deal for free speech is off. Because the only way free speech can work is if we all agree that it's okay for all of us to have different opinions and we're not going to kill each other over them or harm each other or do some crazy shit. But if you decide, you know what, it's okay to kill people because they're Christian or because they have a different belief, okay, guess what? The deal's off now. Now I don't have to afford you that privilege of free speech. You haven't earned it. This is a contract, you see? It's a contract. You give it to me, I give it to you. Yeah, they should be. It's insane. The amount of people online crying in their car post-firing is wild, but fuck around, find out. Agreed. Agreed. Like, yeah, wah. Oh, wow, why can't I advocate for murder of innocent people? This is bullshit, man. Like, are you retarded? Are you retarded? Oh, excuse my language. You're not allowed to say that in real life, are you? Or internet life. Yeah, come at me. Watch me get demonetized. I'll lose all 2 viewers of this stream. Oh. And I'm not even monetized. What am I talking about? Am I fooling anyone? I'm not trying to. All future monetization lost.
burned to the ground before it even began. It's alright. Now we're gonna get blendy with it. Getting blendy with it. Charcoal. Still happy with how much easier it is to blend charcoal than graphite. Really is an upgrade. Just this for you. We're getting there, Johnny. Just trust me, dude. Just trust me. You see what I mean by, like, portraits always look so amateur in the beginning. Like, but just stick with it. Trust the process. You don't have to add in every single little subtle shadow. It doesn't all have to be perfect immediately. You have to sculpt it. You have to work it. You have to suffer for it. Suffer for your art. I want blood on that canvas. Not really. Ugh, I had a friend who painted a picture with her blood, and I have a suspicion as to what type of blood it was. I just want to be like, dude, if the way you have to get attention for your art is you need to paint it with your own bodily fluids, is your art really that good? Are you saying anything with it? No offense to my friend if you're watching this. I mean, I'm using that word loosely. But, like, I think she did have talent of it as an artist. It's just it kind of devalued it, in my opinion. Like, come on. That's been done. It's been done. People have done menstrual blood angels, for fuck's sake. Look at what's her name? Maria... What's her name? Abramovich? Something like that? I forgot. Yamanamanovich. Ramalamadingovich. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that, finally. I'm finally happy with that damn cheekbone, Johnny. Alright, so you actually do have a line drawing here. I'm usually hesitant to outline features in, like, a dark black line, because that's not how features are in real life. Like, this is not an anime. It's not a cartoon where, like, you can just see the perfect outline of someone's face. And that's kind of one of those things that, again, gives away an amateur portrait, where they have everything just, like, outlined in a big black line. There's the face, there's the eyes, there's the lips. You know, it's like, okay, if you're drawing a cartoon, that's fine. If you're doing animation, that's fine. But if you're trying to do realism, that's death. Alright, so that's more smooth there. We gotta blend that out. Come on out. Alright, so where are we heading in? Where are we diving in? Where is jumping out at me the most? It's all jumping out at me. Let's go add a little more depth to this eye while we're here. We'll swing through this neighborhood. I like working on it all gradually. Like working on every little, like a little bit here, a little bit there. 'Cause it keeps me like resizing everything mentally and like checking, making sure everything works well together as like a cohesive whole. And not like over fixating on one part and then realizing something else needs to be fixed and all that other stuff. We can darken that eye. That's a pretty black eye. With the exception of that little white speck, which I enjoy. We'll try to keep it alive. No promises. Can't believe I faced my microphone the wrong way, and I had my computer muted. I need to start a checklist of things that I can just keep improving for next stream, you know? Just keep trying. Can you hear my pencil on the paper, by the way? Because it's something I would like to have. That sound. I love the sound of, like... I did a lot to edit my audio settings this time around.
Alright, I can get that. Alright, good. Good. That was almost accidental, but it actually works. No, Johnny Depp, down blue. Yeah, getting there. Keep darkening those values. You're not out of the woods with that yet. Anyone remember the theme song? Whee. Man, Danny Elfman, there's a guy who could do a fucking score. I'm gonna have to blend that down, but whatever, that's fine. In fact, we should... Danny Elfman, James Newton Howard, Howard Shore, Philip Glass. Like, those guys. If you need to write to something, that's some good writing music right there. I can't tell you how much shit I've written to the Village soundtrack. The Village was a total ripoff of the book Running Out of Time by Margaret Peterson Haddix. I grew up reading that book. So good. Taught me so many things about writing without knowing it. Like, always end each chapter on a cliffhanger. That was a direct influence from her. Because she just made you not want to put down a book ever. I remember my 3rd grade teacher reading us that book in class, and, like, there's this chapter that ends on the line, "She knows too much. We may have to kill her." And then she closes the book all dramatically. Snap! And everyone just goes, "Ah!" in unison. Because no one wanted her to stop reading, man. That was some... juicy shit. Like, what do you mean you're gonna stop reading, like, now? No, we're not. Alright, let me move that around a bit. Keep darkening. Keep darkening. We're not out of the woods yet. Now that shadow, I want to make sure I place very carefully for his cheek. Because it is, like, a very distinctive, defining shadow. And fortunately, we can smudge it around, like, you know, not beholden to any one space. But that's a very definitive moment in this piece. I don't want to, like, mess that up. Check my darkest there. For now, that'll do. We will refine you later. Decision time. Decision time. Okay. I'm actually looking at my screen. Sometimes that's just more helpful. Okay. the way up into the hairline. Okay. Alright, now. I'm hesitant to do too much hair detail yet, but I want to see how it compares to the surrounding values, because that affects perception. This over. Can you see Johnny emerging? It's always exciting when you can finally start to see the face, like the determined face of who it is emerging. It takes a while, it takes patience. Okay, so yeah. This is more of a stray hairage right before the ear. I'm not going to get too crazy worrying about that. Now let's make sure our ear's proportion is where it needs to be. Tip of the nose. Usually the ear is like lined up with the nose, like the very bottom of the nose. And the top of the ear lines up with the brow. So let's just do a little spot here right quick to denote that yes, that is where that ear shadow begins. We have marked that in our brain as a definitive part in this picture. And now we're going to return to value shading. There still needs to darken those eyes a lot. Especially you. I'm just trying to get my mic in a good spot. Okay, so that's another thing I need to invest in. Another holder for my mic. Like I'm using the boom arm for my mic to hold my camera for my sketch. You right there. But unfortunately, I sure could use it for my actual mic. So what I need to get is an arm for my Logitech camera. If I could do that, we would be in business. You know what's funny is when eyebrow needs to be thicker, yes. But if you were to see a picture of what I'm actually, of my reference not on my iPad, it wouldn't look like it needs to be darker on the eyes. That is an illusion on your end. So, let's just be careful. Alright, more occlusive shadows there. A lot bit there. Spherical shape of the head being taken into account. I can't believe my baby's still asleep. I'm listening for him. He was tired today. I was tired last night. Jesus. I got up at 3 a.m. yesterday. 3 a.m. because I knew I had to do birthday preparation stuff. I still have some to do. And shopping, grocery shopping. All sorts of prep. I made a crab Alfredo casserole yesterday. It was so good. A bit too much salt, but you know what? It was so good. I'm going to save that recipe. Make a note on it. Good stuff, mind the salt. Y'all know I'm salty, but not that salty. Loose, stay loose, stay loose. Just layering and layering and layering. Don't get impatient and start pressing too hard. That's death. That's death. Like shoving the charcoal from the darker side into the lighter side. Alright, we still haven't done any real shading around the lips of the mouth yet. We still have plenty more to do for the bone structure. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Coming along. Alright, let's reposition the mic. Now, this would be great for the mic, not so great for me. Alright. Cool. Put it like that. How is the audio quality? Still okay? Alright. It's good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Alright. I'll move me up here. Adjusting the things. I don't want this to be at an angle if I'm not at an angle. I'm trying to put these pictures at the same angle so I don't like mess it up. Okay, so you definitely have to be darker. Most definitely. I'm coming. I'm coming. Still have to darken the baseline color. But it is lighter around the lips, so don't go crazy. I like today's stream because I can see the drawing. I know, right? Doesn't that make a difference? I think I will just go ahead and sketch like the first part of the drawing ahead of time. I also did change the settings on my my camera to see if I could make that any clearer. I'll have to go back and rewatch the beginning of the stream to see if there was like any noticeable difference. But I am glad that you could actually see it today. That makes me happy. Probably because, we're doing charcoal. Like, right when you see the shadows getting laid in, then it's a different game. All right. This is a very dark moment down here by his jaw. When I say dark, I mean it's like black. Getting into these shadows. Now I'm starting to look for midtones and the shape of the jaw. Like you can see the butt chin starting to come out because of the muscles here. I'm going to start getting in some more of this mouth muscle a bit. I just don't want to jump the gun on shadows because when you're still laying down base tones, you know what I mean? It's just my preference. That looks like an M shadow almost. It's quite dark. It's quite dark. Oh. I'm now shaking my pencil under the table. Normalized stimming. I used to get made fun of so hard for that. Still did, even in college. It's like, yeah. After a while, you just get used to being bullied. You know? It's like, whatever. You can deal with me. Fucking weird. I didn't know it was autism at the time. I'm still not diagnosed, but I mean, it's kind of fucking obvious. Alright, so now we have a little bit of a buildup of shadow down here. Just get diagnosed. I will. It's just a matter of like having someone watch my children while I go to like doctor's appointments and stuff. I should do it on the weekend when my husband's home. It's just such an easy thing to put off. Like, who cares? It's like, oh yeah, and then what? Like, is it going to benefit me? Is it going to get me benefits in some way? Hey, if I could register for disability because of it, that'd be kind of sweet. But I'm not, like, disabled, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of weird. But I can still function and hold down a job, and I managed to get an associate's degree, so, you know, I can't be that much dumber than anyone else in line at the DMV. Not that I'm dumb, I know my IQ is high, it's just, I'm odd. Oh, you should just know. No, I should just know. Yeah, it would be fun to just know things about yourself. Gnouthi Siotin, as they say in the Greek. The ancient Greek. Darling, hello, I see you. Let's see. You need to be darkened more. And then we're going to get that light moment up here by the collar. Kind of excited to do that. I am a bit excited to do that. Slice of white. Good. I'll take care of you in a minute. I actually have white out in my little art bag, my plastic Ziploc bag. If need be, I will go at this with some white out. Just to get those spots like really defined how I like them. Today's Thursday, right? I think it is. Alright, we'll do that. I don't want to do the minute details just yet, because I'm still not satisfied with the overall base tones. And we still have to do the forehead. I've been basically ignoring like the shadows on the forehead. Let's get in there. Show it some love. More roundness. It comes in a bit here, and then it swoops, kind of, just a little curve. Not that much. Sometimes it's easier on the computer to look, 'cause it's like it shows me from further away, like where it needs to be. We can adjust that as needed. Just getting there. Still needs to come in a bit. At least on that picture. Okay, that's about right. We're gonna leave that for a moment. All right, so. And now we're getting into some delicate ridges formed by the muscles in the forehead. And they kind of form almost like an L of shadow here. Like a very light mid-tone. TV just came on in the other room. Okay. That was not me. Oh, I think my PS4 went to sleep and then it just went on to like regular TV. That's fine. You do you, TV. As long as you're quiet.
Alright.
Okay. I think that should be taken in a bit. Not a lot. Let me take a moment. Do a little measuring. There's real nose ends. There's your chin. Right there where the upper lip starts. I don't know. No, maybe not. We will decide soon. That is definitely a defining moment. Mm-hmm. Coming along, coming along. Darken that. Close them. Let's see. milk is important to get. Glad I got that. Now it's a bit dark the way I have it, but that is an important moment. Is that charcoal? Hello, Corin Valid. Good to see you. Yes, this is charcoal and graphite. Mostly charcoal, but I laid down the external sketch with, hitting my microphone, with graphite. And now we're just getting after it. How are you? Do you like to draw with charcoal, graphite, or anything else? You're laying in shadows. I'm telling you, for the first 3 streams, like, basically nothing happened because I was just trying to get proportions right. And they may not even be entirely right, but after a certain point, you just have to call it quits. Haven't drawn in like a decade. Dude, me either. This is like my 4th or 5th portrait in a decade. Like, I just got this sketchbook because I miss drawing. Usually I write paranormal romance novels. But like I just drew this picture of Irina Zarutska, the girl who was murdered in North Carolina. And let's see. That's another one that's in progress. I did this. This is a colored pencil sketch of characters in my book. I don't think people realize how big it is. This is a rather big picture. Drew a naked lady too. Woo! Got some nudes. I won't show you the whole thing right now, but like, yeah, I'm just nice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, man. It's been a while since I've done any sort of drawing, so I'm scared, but like, I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing something that I really enjoy. I would love it if you picked up drawing again and showed me. I really like hand-drawn art, or whatever art. Like, this is the time in history where people need to make art, in my opinion. What sort of stuff do you like to draw? Back a decade ago. I just got some oil painting supplies. Everything but the paint. Because it's expensive. But I will be getting that once I have the budget at the end of the month, perhaps. Well, I can't remember. Fried my brain with hold on. With video games, school stuff, I guess. Video games are great. They are fun. What kind of video games do you like to play? I like Skyrim, Green Hell, Age of Empires. What else do I play? I don't play a lot, but what I do play, I play the shit out of. When I have the opportunity to. I have 3 kids, so like I don't really have a chance to like play a lot of games unless it's with them, and we make it like a family sport. Don't get that jaw, Johnny. Coming for that jaw. I'm still adjusting the values. Yep, we can do it. That nose, I'm still not satisfied with that nose, but all in good time. All in good time. If you haven't messed with drawing, or at least in a while, I didn't realize how much fun charcoal is. Because you can erase it just like, graphite, but you can smudge it around so much easier. And you can get your darks to be dark. Like, I like my stuff to be like, when it's dark, I want it to be dark. The Witcher 3 is one of my favorites. Ooh, The Witcher. I've heard good things about that. Never played it, but I have heard good things. Is it like a horror game? What's its deal? Yeah, definitely get that little moment right there. Boop. Hey, I'll tell you when I've had enough computer. All right, yeah. In like a half hour, I have to wake up my baby and go get my other daughter from school, and then wait for my other daughter to get home on the bus. Well, since you played Skyrim, it's pretty similar to that, except you got much more well-written quests. Ooh, I could dig that. My eldest daughter, who's turning 8 in a couple of days, she loves Skyrim, and I was like, I wonder what else I could get her that would be like Skyrim, but I bet that's not kid-friendly. The Witcher sounds like it might be a bit scary, but you never know. So is Skyrim in some parts, with like the vampires. I try to steer her clear of the quests that are like not exactly kid friendly, but let's see, I'm gonna darken this up here. Right now I'm just going over like skin tone stuff and trying to get things dark enough, and then I get to go back through and pick out highlights and reshape and sculpt and do all that fun stuff. Shading is my favorite part of drawing, because it's like drawing, but it's also like sculpting or like painting. That's some gourd limbs and cut off because I'm not skin friendly. Cutscene opening with the crowd. Oh god, with a crab. Dun dun dun. How ominous. Do. Reminds me of that crab in that, what was it, Diddy Kong Racing, where it's like, oh, come and take your prize, but first let me cut you down to size. And then it comes at you all chompy like. I'm gonna shade that mustache, Johnny. Shade it. Don't shave it, shade it. Why shave when you can shade? Alright, we're getting there. This could be rounded out a bit more. Round it out. Bring that around town. Because it's obvious to air. Let's see. Darkest there. We got some midtones we gotta still put in here. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Woo! What should I draw next? I'm trying to figure out. I like gothic, moody portraits like this one. I love Sleepy Hollow. I was thinking and since I write paranormal romance, I should do something that women who like to read romance stories about vampires and werewolves and the like enjoy. I don't know. Whatever strikes my fancy, I guess. But if you have any input, by all means, feel free to let me know. I like to stream at 1 p.m. on weekdays Eastern Standard Time. Just so you know. Alright, let's get this How's your nose, mister? That's still, we need a little more bump going on here. You still gotta have a little bit more prominent up bump. This area I need to be careful with though, because that's such a high focal point area. You know what I mean? Where's my quotidian? Lord of the Rings, Aragorn, Gandalf. Oh my god, I love drawing Lord of the Rings. I might have to do that. I love Lord of the Rings. I actually got all my drawing skills from drawing Lord of the Rings fan art. Sad but true. I totally did. Like, so many Legolas portraits. I was absolutely one of those 11-year-old girls who's like, oh my god, Legolas Greenleaf! Ah! And Aragorn and Arwen. Ugh, so much fun. Cut my teeth right on those portraits. I wish I could find them, because some of them were actually pretty good for 14. I actually scanned them in on my dad's computer, and he might still have them. You have to ask him, nag him. Oh no, you said something and then I missed it. I'm sorry. I need to figure out how this shit works. I'm new to streaming. This is like my third or fourth stream. There we go, I got it. They're making another movie called The Hunt for Gollum. Fingers crossed it'll be good. You said it, man. I really hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I got so burned by, what's it called? Not Rings of Fire. Rings of Power. Oh, gross. Gross. Get that shit out of here. I was so mad. Like, I gave it one episode and I was like, I feel bored. I feel disconnected to the characters. And I'm so tired of girl bosses. Like, not every female character has to be like this freaking girl boss, man. Part of Galadriel's charm, in my opinion, is that she is so stoic and calm and reserved and regal. She's not like this, like, I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I'm just gonna, like, make you so dead. No offense to Buffy. I love Buffy, too. I could draw Buffy fan art. In fact, I should. I did. That was another batch of portraits that I did, especially Drusilla. But, you know, I'm just saying, I'm just tired of all female characters being frickin' feminist girl bosses. It just annoys me. Like, come on, calm down. Well, at least cast women like Gina Carano. Ooh, Gina Carano would be a great fit. That'd be good. If they would do a Gina Carano, I would be quite happy. That would be nice. Ugh, MMA girls, like, there should be an MMA to, like, Hollywood pipeline. Would approve of that more. Yeah, I'm not going to shade the mustache too much because it's okay if it's not super blended because it is facial hair, and facial hair is by its nature kind of scratchy. So perhaps we will let that be for now. Still haven't done any of the finer shading details yet. We're kind of working our way in. I'm left-handed, so I'm saving like the upper right, like his hair and stuff for last because I don't want to drag my hand through it. And as you can see, I have a paper towel underneath my hand to prevent the oils from getting on the paper and being difficult to smudge in and blend. Gotta be strategic. The stuff you learn on the job, you know what I mean? Gandalf, you know what? It might be fun to draw all the Lord of the Rings characters because they had some interesting faces. Gandalf would be a great study in facial hair. Oh, you know who I should draw? Denether. He had an interesting frowny face. He has an interesting face indeed. He might be fun. Maybe I should do the whole fellowship just for fun. Like, I'm just trying to develop my skills, you know? So, like, why not? You may as well draw stuff you love. I do need to draw more character sketches for my books. God forbid I finish writing the third book in my trilogy and release it this year, right? Sorry, readers. I should do some edit with me streams. Let's see. Gonna get you down. Okay. Coming for you, Johnny. I'm coming for you. Now, this ear has a bit of a corner.
Always pay attention to angles. Like, if you can get the angle right, you can get a lot of other things right. But if you get the angle wrong, you get a lot of other things wrong. Okay. Let's see. Now we're kind of like tightening things up a bit. I still haven't given this jaw and this lip the attention that it deserves. So let's hang out with the lips for a minute. I like to flit around the picture, just doing what I do, so that way I can kind of keep things in proportion to other things and not get hyper fixated on something that I might just have to change because I didn't realize something else in another corner of my picture. Now the top lip is definitely darker than the bottom. Alright, make a decision. Make a decision. That's gotta be kind of cut there. Good. Happy with that. That's fine. Oh, I hear my baby. I just heard my baby cry. That's probably good timing. This gives me a nice spot to start off on tomorrow when I stream. I wonder if we'll finish this tomorrow. We might. We might. Come on down, honey bunny. I hear you. I hear you. I do. He's going to come down and be like, Mommy, where are you? You've been gone for a while. I know. Been sketching. Hanging out on the internet. Don't worry, you'll learn all about that soon. Much to my chagrin. That corner. His lips have a lot of little defining moments that I really want to make sure I nail. Like a lot of muscular, like scaffolding, sort of. Let's see. We still haven't given the nose the attention it deserves either. Like, we still have plenty to tighten up about this face, but we're getting there. We are getting there. We're going along. Welcome back, Panda. Glad to see you. I heard my baby cry upstairs, but then I think he went back to sleep. So if I can pull off another 20 minutes of sketching Mr. Johnny Depp, I'm going to do it. What are you doing? I still think I should take that chin in just a bit. It looks a little bit too pointed, in my opinion. But it's hard to tell. I got you. I ain't telling anybody. I wouldn't be telling God anything you didn't already know. You ready for Yom Kippur? How do you guys celebrate Yom Kippur anyway, other than abstaining from electronic devices? And perhaps work or school. Alright. Oh, sorry. Bumping my mic. Alright. Okay. Okay. I don't have much of a Cupid's bow there. Sorry. Keep bumping my stuff. Jewish communities traditionally fast on Yom Kippur, refrain from wearing leather shoes on Yom Kippur, and don't bathe on Yom Kippur. Nice. Nice.
Oh, good times. Good times. I only know when Jewish holidays happen because Ben Shapiro stops posting. I'm like, hey, what am I supposed to do about my news? All right, Michael Knowles. Guess it's up to you. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I think my baby went back to sleep. Maybe. Maybe. Did I get off light? Did he? That would be cool. That would be sweet. I'm curiously, Liv, I know you're Christian, but are you at all interested in Judaism? I'm always open to learn. You can teach me about Judaism all you want. It's interesting because it's like it is where Christianity came from, though. I mean, one should know something about it. And Jewish philosophy is interesting, like Spinoza. A lot of interesting thinkers. And who's the other one am I thinking of? Maimonides? Maimonides? Like interesting contributions to the Enlightenment. I remember I celebrated Passover with my friend back in like elementary school. And they ate dessert first, and they had like this chocolate plate. They were actually established artists too. Wife was a sculptor, husband was a painter, and both were making a living off of it, and they had a sweet house. They must have done pretty well. I remember their last names. I should look them up and see if they remember me. Like, I celebrated Passover with you once when I was like in first grade. I was like 7. Of course you remember me. We're like brothers, you know? 2 peas in a pod. Have any money? Asking for a friend. Illy, I hear you, mister. Oh, he comes. He's coming. Mr. Man. Mr. Man. Hello. How are you? Your mama's sketching. We sketching. Johnny Depp is appearing on the page gradually. You hear me? You gonna let me finish up? We had a long stream today. Yeah, I only have 10 more minutes anyway, max, because I gotta pick up my daughter from school, alas. No. Now that I'm looking at it, fat eyebrow comes down a wee bit low. We will perhaps lighten you. There we go. Hi, honey. How are you? How art thou? I'm going. Stop. I love you. Oh, you took off your diaper. You were sick of that diaper and you just got rid of it. All right. Well, that's probably a good place for me to end this here. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will pick up where we left off. I'm excited about it. I like how it's coming together so far. Definitely not perfect yet. There are some things we need to tweak, and I need to pick in the highlights on his face. You'll really see it come to life once those highlights come in. Hey, don't go knocking the camera over, mister. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for stopping in. The next stream is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you again, Invalid. It was great seeing you, Panda, and Shaken. 3 whole people, man. We are blessed. Maybe even more than that, who just aren't talking. That's great. I will talk to you guys soon. See you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, feel free to subscribe, like. You can follow me on X, Discord. I might even post some relevant links in the description next time to help you out. We'll see. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much for